Oh, what a lovely, lovely day. Absolutely glorious weather here as we welcome you to a football match of considerable significance, great consequence in this part of the world. They've been talking up to it in fantastic numbers. You should have seen the roads outside the ground in the hour or two leading up to it. It has been bumper to bumper. The traffic has been extraordinary, but the level of expectation is also very, very high. And these supporters who were queuing round the block for their tickets as soon as we knew the date of the fixture, well, now they can't wait for it to begin. And begin it will any second now. The Tifosi of Lazio have always been known for their extraordinary passion, something which is so very evident here today. And already we're underway here. Lazio started their campaign in spectacular fashion. Quite a statement of intent coming into this game. Conti positions himself well and cuts it out. Lucas Paqueta. Kessié goes looking. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. And it's Immobile. Seems now to be all about width.
Well, when you have the personnel to create in wide areas, then they need to see as much of the ball as possible.
Battles to win it back. Ball's out on the left now. Well, that's one way of trying to make things happen. There's a few who could follow that example. Oh, well played, he saw that coming. Turns and goes back. Shoots! Forward it goes. And now the breakaway. Parolo plays it over to the other flank. Great run this, he's covered quite a distance. Kjær demonstrating fabulous determination, he just will not be beaten. Over to the left.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Tries to switch the play. And here's Immobile. Massive leap! Decent enough try.
Oh, maybe it was one of those moments when he just caught it too well.
Kjær. Lucas. Radu. Savic, whose solo strike gave his team a first-half lead in his last game. So who can spark this game into life? Lucas Paqueta. Done very well to intervene. Acerbi switches it towards the other side. That'll be a throw. Kessié. Lucas Paqueta. Diaby. Diaby is fouled. And that's going to be a booking. And there aren't many who'd be prepared to wind up a shot from this far out. Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Lucas Paqueta certainly could have and should have made more of that.
Acerbi plays it forward. And the first 45 minutes are up. So neither team has broken through, but certainly not for the want of trying. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goalless. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, Peter, apart from the lack of goals, I really don't think there's much to criticise. I think they've got to keep doing what they've been doing, and eventually they should find a
big chance! It's in! The second half sparks straight into life. That's no fluke, it's what he was there for.
Well, for me, that's just pure predatory brilliance. It's not so much the finish, but the way he read the situation when nobody else was even alert to it. It's fantastic.
Milan take the lead.
Well, listen, a few words of advice and encouragement from the manager during the break can often straighten things out, and it's paid off here.
And here's Immobile. He's on his way. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Out to the right. Loose ball, who's going to get that? That's a throw. Time for a change in personnel. He's come loose. Looking cross-field, changing the point of attack. He's made good progress from a deep position. Ball's loose, who's getting there? Oh, real danger here! Early ball.
That's a case of crossing in hope, and unless they provide some more options, it'll be more miss than hit.
Radu. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's a natural instinct to defend when ahead, but it's too early for them to settle into that practice just now.
Immobile. Immobile spreads it towards the left. He gets past his man. Oh, well defended. That had to be done.
Lazio showing a little more urgency now, and to be honest, Peter, this is what's required.
Well, hit and hope is just about the sum of it, isn't it, Jim?
Spot on, Peter.
Savic. Lazio are making a change now. Just brushed off the ball there. It was a move that looked promising, but eventually thwarted without doing any harm. Across the field it goes. Parolo. And help's available out wide. Can he deliver? Luis Alberto.
Peter, they have to fight the onset of desperation and keep it.
Yeah, he's fouled him there. The ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. Kessié. Milan have made a great start to the second half, and the score is 1-0. Diaby. Real chance! Oh, and that should have been two.
Well, he's definitely kept the side in the game then. That's really good positioning. They could have doubled their lead there.
Tries to switch the play. Kessier. It's going to be another throw. Milan need to hold on for a few more moments. Rebic.
I think it's time for them to concentrate on closing this one out.
Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Lazio don't have many options and time is running out. AC Milan could counter here. Diaby hurtling down that right flank. And the referee brings it to a close. Milan hold on. It's a narrow squeak, bit of luck, some judgment. 1-0 the score at the final whistle.
Yeah, it was a fairly stern test with very little between two teams that scrapped for everything.
So we've reached the end of our coverage for today. Many thanks to Jim Beglin alongside me, and we'll both see you next time.
È difficile da accettare, ma sappiamo è facile. Le sconfitte non fanno altro che renderci più forti.
Well, hello, good afternoon to one and all. Like you, we are very much ready to go here and looking forward to a game that has been the topic for universal conversation in this part of the world for much of the last few days. It's dry at the moment, but the forecasters have warned us of impending rain. There's no certainty about that, but when it does come, it shouldn't affect the dynamics of a match which has so much. The San Siro, for so long Milan's fortress, decorated top to bottom in the colours of the famous Rossoneri. Milan have chosen to go 4-3.
Well, one of the attacking advantages in this setup, Peter, is the impact that can be made between fullbacks and the attacking wide players. These combinations, when worked well, can be a real handful for any opposition, and we're likely to witness that again. You often see the wide man drift inside to allow the fullback to make the run out wide, and it can just throw the opposition off kilter.
And already we're underway here.
Lucas Paqueta really got caught in a trap there, and he just couldn't get out.
Surely! Away from immediate danger. Diaby unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Up to meet it! Oh, just couldn't turn it in.
Ibrahimovic really could have done with putting that away. He was up like the proverbial salmon.
And here's Ibrahimovic. Diaby. Oh, looks like he's been taken out there. Atalanta have made a 50-50 start, 3 points after 2 games. Anything that's caught your eye?
Yeah, I mean, they've shown some good patches in games, but they need to
get a bit of consistency, to be reliable week on week.
Yeah, go along with that. They're strong and competitive. They've made a decent start, and they can kick on from here. There's no doubt about that.
Diaby. Diaby. Oh, that is lovely footwork. Massive leap! Heads it again, but still no joy.
Milan are literally using their heads with some very good service, but it's time for someone to add authority.
More than happy to take the muscular approach. Luis Muriel. Hoists it forward. And it's played forward. The referee's awarded a free kick. No, that is clearly overhit. Kjaer. Half an hour played now. Diaby. Kessié. Kessié. Lucas Paqueta. Lucas Paqueta boasts the best record in the team when it comes to receiving passes. Battles to win it back.
Diaby really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn. It's a busy front line, lots of movement.
And is that working for you?
Well, not really. To be honest, I'm not a great fan of taking goal potential away from the penalty box.
Here it comes. Gets away from his opponent. A chance! And that'll be the last act of the first half. So neither team has broken through, but certainly not for the want of trying. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goalless. Some first half thoughts?
I think it's been a very impressive defensive effort. They've never been broken down and contained the opposition attack extremely well.
Interesting half, just missing goals, so don't be surprised if the second half brings a change to the scoreline at the break, 0-0. And we're off again.
Milan clearly have been the better side for me. Yeah, I know the score doesn't quite reflect it, but if they go about their game in the same manner as the opening 45 minutes, things really should improve.
Lucas Paqueta. Atalanta have their manager to thank for the last result.
Look, to alter the intended game plan was a daring move on the manager's part. It wasn't quite working for him, and he accepted his mistake. And I think what followed merits a lot of praise.
Lucas Paqueta. Kessié. A scything tackle. So here comes a substitution. It's pretty clear that he's being singled out.
Well, he's obviously been identified as a menace, and they're dealing with him accordingly. I think we can expect more of the same.
Hoists it high. De Roon. Forward pass. It's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. Lucas Paqueta is officially the best player in the team when it comes to receiving passes. Lucas Paqueta. Rebic! Couple of changes then in quick succession.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 11. Viene sostituito con numero 9.
Hernandez. Clears it out of harm's way. Milan making another change here.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 8.
Over to the left.
Lascia il campo per il...
Gets the chance to cross. And he's there to cut it out.
Well, decisiveness has deserted them, Peter. They need precision, and it's sadly absent.
Ball is over the line.
Well, you have to feel a little for the player being taken off here. I think he's been made the scapegoat after that, but I guess something had to be done. I suppose it did need a little change.
Forward it goes. Going for goal! Really well taken goal.
Well, what a sickener that is for the opposition. There really isn't much time to get a goal back now. Talking about drama.
And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Well, you know, sometimes it pays off not to think too much about things. Just put your foot through it, and that was a good example. Great contact, and the keeper had very little chance.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
That's how you make an impact. You can impose a freshness and energy to best effect. What an introduction.
Milan take the lead.
Look, I just think they've kept at it and got their reward. Now they need to hang on to it.
Romagnoli positions himself well and cuts it out.
Milan are looking to make this one safe. They want to reduce the risk.
Across the field it goes. And here's Muriel. Zapata tries a shot!
Look, with time running out, they have to get the ball in the penalty box, and if it means a long punt, then so be it. They've got to give themselves a chance.
He's on his way.
Well, it remains to be seen whether they can come up with that little bit of class to rescue this situation, and it needs to be any time now, really.
He's had a shot! A real chance and a real let-off. Ilicic. Oh, that's neat. Good challenge. He just stood firm. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. What a game. End to end, it flew by, and in the end, it all came down to just the odd goal. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Milan can certainly give themselves a pat on the back for a job well done. They have a togetherness that makes them very hard to beat.
So we've reached the end of our coverage for today. Many thanks to Jim Beglin alongside me, and we'll both see you next time. Well, good evening to you wherever you are in the world. We are just about ready for the action here. Kickoff is imminent. The team's indeed with us very soon, having exchanged their various pleasantries. What I have to tell you is that the weather may not be great for the duration of the evening. The clouds yet to open, but one suspects that they will pretty shortly, and when the rain comes, we are warned to expect plenty of it. And this must be amongst the favoured arenas of supporters all over the world. It really does have a very special feel to it. It is our understanding that they've gone with a 4-5-1.
Well, this setup, Peter, can be very defensive if that midfield is in place purely to form a protective layer in front of the back four. But it can also be the launchpad to very quick counter-attacks. If you can offer pace and accuracy on the front foot, it can have a devastating effect, actually, at the offensive end of the pitch too.
We have already started here. Romulo. Bjarnason. Has gone out. Lucas Paqueta drives it forward. Ibrahimovic plays it forward. Keeper sends it forward. Milan have picked up 6 points from the first 9 available. 2 wins in 3, Jim. That's a pretty good start, isn't it?
Yeah, and they'll be very confident, I think, about their chances here because of that start, Peter. I think things have obviously started to click and they can really now start to plough on.
That's a brilliant interception.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Battles to win it back. Bjarnason. Too much on it, and that's the keeper's. He shoots! Oh, what a wonderful stop!
Oh, that's a sparkling save. Absolutely sparkling. His reflexes were ultra sharp.
Towering header! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Well, as tests go, Peter, the keeper has just received an A+ grade.
They've played it short. He's making good use of his strength there. Just refuses to be... Oh, shooting chance! And it's been taken short. Looks to clip it forward. And the shot! Missed by a fraction. Forward it goes. Hernandez tries lifting it over. Here it comes. He's managed to get that all wrong. Milan still to register a shot on target. Well, try as they might, they just couldn't get into an attacking area. The ball's come loose and the chase is on. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Bjarnason. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. And help's available out wide. He has it out wide now. Plenty waiting in the middle. Gets the chance to cross. Well, if anyone is going to break the deadlock, now would be a good time. Gets it upfield. Bjarnason.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Good take, and he's had a look. Shapes to shoot! Oh, that was no routine set. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. So both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
It's been a pretty abject performance. No efforts at goal. I'm struggling to remember the last time we had that.
So they head in no further forward. The score here still 0-0.
Cambio di giocatore.
Here we go again then.
Milan pretty fortunate not to be trailing at half-time. They've been lacklustre and second best for me. And if ever a situation demanded a telling off from the boss, it's this one. He has to spark a reaction.
Calabria switches it towards the other side. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. And now the breakaway. Milan won a tight game last time out and look to build on that. A real chance to break. Kessié.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Romulo. Well, into the second half, and it's still goalless. Done very well to intervene. Whipped in. Plays it out to the wing. Now the counter. It has got through. It's Ibrahimovic! He's scored!
Well, you know, thinking about that, I think they've perfected that on the training ground because it took them seconds to get the ball from back to front, and they really commit forward in numbers too. That was all very well drilled.
So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting. Deadlock broken, it's 1-0.
The perfect display, and the old saying comes to mind: when the going gets tough, etc.
And the weighted pass. Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Well, it's good stuff. This is better.
Well, Jim, there's not too much subtlety or sophistication. Has a pop! That has certainly tested the keeper.
Well, that was high-class goalkeeping there to back up his high-class wage.
Tried to play it through.
Yeah, I mean, I think he did well to spot the run. He just didn't get enough behind it. It happens.
Is there any support? He might not need it. Whistle's gone, that's foul. He's gone direct. Oh, the ball's come loose. Now can he finish? Crosses it in low. Diaby. Hardly anything between the sides, and it's 1-0. Calabria. Kessié. And it's Biglia. He'll try from distance. Oh, and that should have been two.
Biglia was totally aware of how that chance could have impacted on the game, and that should have gone in.
And out to safety. Good spell of possession this, but very little to show for it. Almost nothing left on the clock here. The undefeated... He's had a shot! He's done very well to get to that.
Well, what can I say? Truly wonderful goalkeeping.
Couple of changes then in quick succession.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious as to who was going to be taken off. His energy levels began to sag, and he was never going to last until the final whistle.
Played out to the right. Biglia gets up to head it! He's done well to get his head on that, but couldn't score.
Ibrahimovic certainly rose so well there. I fancied him to put that away too.
Milan just have to run down the clock. Gets wrestled off the ball.
Well, it remains to be seen whether they can come up with that little bit of class to rescue this situation, and it needs to be any time now, really.
Tries to get it forward quickly. And through to the goalkeeper. And that's it. Milan win it by the only goal. Result, no question, the most important thing, however it came. Final score, 1-0.
Yeah, it was never a match that was going to blow us all away.
Well, whatever time of day or night it is with you, welcome along to a game which is threatened, I have to tell you, by a rather forbidding weather forecast. The expectation is for quite heavy rain as the game grows older this evening. It hasn't arrived just yet, but it will do shortly. Glad to report, though, that that hasn't a big chance! Oh, that's a fine save!
Lucas Paqueta is very sporting here to acknowledge the quality of the save. A lovely little footballing moment.
Romagnoli. Hernandez. Diaby. Koulibaly is there and he can get that clear. Going for goal! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
That's what all good teams do these days. Pressing from the front is highly effective.
Point-blank header! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Good effort, very good effort. He would have at least wanted to make the keeper work, though.
Forward it goes. Milik. Milik gets it out to the wing. Well, there's something you don't see every day. Hernandez plays it out to the flank. Tries to get it forward quickly. Milan picked up all 3 points from their previous game. The win, however narrow, really important. Lucas Paqueta. Still goalless at the moment. Calabria. Kessié. Hoists it forward. Alan, whose solo strike opened the scoring on his last outing. Gulam. And it's played forward. Milik. Fabian Ruiz. Lucas Paqueta plays it forward. Diaby. Diaby going full tilt down the right-hand side. Kessié. Lucas Paqueta pings it out wide. Kessié. He's gone for it! It's off target and by quite a way.
If he sacrifices some power, he may control the elevation.
Forward it goes. Calabria. Manolas positions himself well and cuts it out.
There's a lot of movement up front.
Yeah, I have noticed that those front players are working very hard, dropping deeper.
Yeah, and I just think it keeps the opposition off guard with so much switching of position. Keeping shape is much harder.
Gulam. Milik tries to stroke it through. Too much on it, and that's the keeper's. Hernandez. Manolas. Diaby. Keeper sends it forward. And that'll be the final action of the first half. So neither team has broken through, but certainly not for the want of trying. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goalless. How would you review the first half?
Well, they've never really been threatened in the first half. I think it's been a magnificent team effort. The work rate has been superb. Very, very organised.
Well, after 45 minutes, it is still goalless. A change, perhaps, after half-time. Well, the action has already resumed here.
Milan clearly have been the better side for me. Yeah, I know the score doesn't quite reflect it, but if...
Up to meet it! No, not the best of headers.
Good play all round. He was well hustled and still got a shot away.
Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change. Hernandez. Politano. Milik. Napoli, whose last result owes so much to the astuteness of their manager.
Well, Peter, you just can't argue with the substitutions. They were spot on, and the timing of each were perfect too. That sort of decisive management is a winning formula in itself.
Gulam. The ball has crossed the line, and it's a throw. Someone looks like he's in need of protection here.
Peter, I can't stress enough the need to get to this fella quickly. They can save themselves a whole lot of hassle.
Allen. And it's Insigne. Kjaer. Tries to get it forward quickly. Ibrahimovic. Now can he finish? Hoists it forward. Allen. Hoists it forward. Lorenzo Insigne. Kessié plays it forward. Fabian Ruiz. 0-0 the score, and we're just about done. A deeply frustrating game. And help's available out wide. Lorenzo Insigne. Milik. Milik opts. And the finish! Oh, brilliant! That is brilliant! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. That could turn out to be a huge, huge goal.
I can give the keeper a little sympathy here because I think he might have been slightly unsighted. However, credit where it's due, it's still a fine finish from a tight spot.
Time for a change in personnel. Well, the referee's seen the board and he's going to allow a double change to go ahead now. Napoli get themselves into the lead.
Look, I just think they've kept at it and got their reward. Now they need to hang on to it.
Hernandez. Diaby. Hernandez is charging up on the overlap.
Milan are definitely not going down without a scrap. Their attitude just can't be faulted.
Allen. That's been drilled forward. Insigne looks to get on the end of this. And here's Insigne. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. And it's Allen. Is there any support? He might not need it. And he nearly went all the way.
Allan cannot be a happy chappy, and you can understand why. The run was stoic, and it should have been heroic.
Diaby. Rebic! Politano. 2 minutes to be added on. That'll be a throw-in. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Rebic. And that's that. Milan are beaten. It is not the result they needed. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
It's a poor result.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. It is terrific to have you along for our live coverage of this eagerly awaited contest. It should provide some terrific entertainment on what is turning into a rather imperfect afternoon. The weathermen rarely get it wrong, and they have warned us that there is rain on its way. Shouldn't be bad enough in any sense meaningfully to impact on the game of football, but it is a factor to be taken into consideration. Plenty of other factors, of course, principally each side's concern for the strengths of the other. The San Siro, for so long Milan's fortress, decorated top to bottom in the colours of the famous Rossoneri. So that's got things underway. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, Edin Dzeko. He's a real handful up front, Peter, and not just because of his height and that physical presence. He's got excellent awareness and technique, and that allows him to bring others into the game. He's a very powerful finisher too, so he'll be giving defenders a real dilemma about whether to close him down or not. I would advise the former.
Yeah, the easiest way to make a difference is to score, so no argument there. A collective sigh of relief from the defence. Out to the right. Done very well to intervene. Zaniolo tried to play it through.
Yeah, the idea was right. The delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
Calabria. Diaby. Timely intervention. It's all a little short of forward momentum, lacking thrust. Across the field it goes. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Hernandez receives it in a wide position. Diaby. That a foul? Yes, the referee's given it.
Dzeko really got caught in a trap there, and he just couldn't get out.
Played out to the right. He spotted the run and played him through. He's had a go! Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead. Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Well, he made it obvious as to where the pass should be played, Peter, and it made the finish look that bit easier.
Assegnato al 25esimo minuto, numero 11.
A 1-0 lead established.
Well, just listen to the reaction. I think you can hear the approval from the support all around the stadium.
Kolarov. Vertu. Forward it goes. Well, he acknowledges that he should have come up with something better there.
Was too timid to make it through the defence. It'll be noted and improved upon, I'm sure.
And it's Mkhitaryan. Let down by a lack of accuracy. Calabria. Hardly anything between the sides. And the score is 1-0. Lucas Paqueta. Zaniolo. Dzeko plays it out to the wing. He's left his man. Lovely feet. Tries the cross. That's a brilliant interception. Kolarov. Ibrahimovic. Lucas Paqueta. Kessié. Hernandez. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. Milan with a set-piece chance. Looking to pull clear here. Oh, and with that, the half-time whistle goes. So there you have it, a close-fought half of football, but one that still had its moments, but ultimately produced just one goal. A more than decent game up to now.
Well, that certainly pleased the fans, and the players are definitely happy with that scoreline. The question is now, can they protect it?
Milan leading 1-0 at the break. So off we go once more. Milan carrying a 1-goal lead. And it's Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan with the crossfield ball. Kolarov. Kessié is the guilty party there. Overhit and out of play. Out to the left it goes. Throw in. And here's Mkhitaryan. Good challenge, he just stood firm. Well, the crowd clearly liked what they just saw. Some real no-nonsense defending. Gets away from his opponent. Aimed in towards the centre. And he heaves it forward. Lucas Paqueta. Someone looks like he's in need of protection here.
Well, he's a source of potential trouble, so tight mark.
He hits it! Saved. That's good keeping.
Lucas Paqueta certainly caught it well enough, but that was never really going to trouble the keeper.
Smalling. Under. Kolarov. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
I think the manager's pondering his options as to whether to stick or twist Peter in view of the time remaining. He might have a tough call to make now.
Zappacosta. Mkhitaryan. He's got options in the box if he gets his head up. Just brushed off the ball there. Lucas Paqueta tries to get it forward quickly. Some good work on the right flank. Now, what's next? Strong challenge, but well within the laws. And here's Dzeko. Hernandez. Lucas Paqueta. Kessié. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Dzeko. 75 minutes played. He's got away. Calabria battles to win it back. Calabria goes looking. Lucas Paqueta.
This is good ball retention, and it should be enough from here, but they want to double their advantage.
Smalling gets it out to the wing. Mkhitaryan provides an outlet. Well read, he sorted that out.
Roma are actually displaying tremendous fighting spirit. There's a real belief that they can still have a say. They're making life really hard for themselves. The ball needs to be in the mixer, not there.
Veretout. Just a few more moments for them to hang on. Under. Calabria gets it back. Diaby. Chipped through. And that'll go straight through to the keeper. And the referee brings it to a close. Milan hold on. It's a narrow squeak, bit of luck, some judgment. 1-0 the score at the final whistle.